Welcome to Live Coding Afternoon Tea. I'm Travis Toulson. And today, joining us again is Anders. How's it going, Anders?
Hi, Travis. I'm fine. I'm ready to do part two of the Chutes and Ladders game.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so last week we started off new. It was supposed to be a one-shot project because I was like, we'll throw a build agent at this one time, toy around with it, and then I was going to move on to, move back to a project that is one of our internal tools. But I was really unsatisfied with where I landed at the end last time because we had this beautiful interface that was having trouble wiring up to the back end. I was very disappointed. Not in the interface or what Build Agent had done necessarily, just that we couldn't get that one key part working. Because I feel like the whole thing would have snapped together if we could have just gotten that server communication down, right?
Right.
So for round two, we're going to revisit that. And there's a couple other things I want to play with. Still kind of living in the Build Agent world and testing out Build Agent, IDE, Fluent. Really just kind of working through the paces on what a development process could look like using these tools. So, Anders, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Not that one. Let's find the right view. There we go. That's better. And we'll kick off a little bit of music. There we go. All right. So there's really kind of two things that I wanted to try. One is I want to tone that music down just a little bit because it feels a little loud. There we go. All right. One, I wanted to try looking at this 404 error again real quick because I wanted to try and see if we could find like an example of Glide Ajax being used normally and just compare that network message. There's the stubborn side of me really wants to figure out how to get the existing UI working. It really does. The second thing I wanted to try was the service portal approach, where we try to create a service portal widget record manually and then see if maybe Build Agent can take over from there. Or if not, maybe we can at least tandem Build Agent and Now Assist to kind of get to where we want. So first of all, let's open up. So this is where we landed last time. And I'm going to do a little inspect element. Actually, let's make sure. Yeah, okay, I'm still at 150 on these. Got to make sure.
Do you know if we manually change some of the code that the language model created, will it pick up on that when it comes with a revision later, or does it overwrite what we manually changed? Do you know?
Huh, I don't know. We'll have to give that a shot.
So, that will, I guess, that does something to the workflow. If we think, well, okay, I know the answer to this bug, I can just fix that. But if we then say, okay, now make something else, and it just overwrites it, then that would mess it up a little bit. So I was just wondering about that. So
Yeah, and that'll be a really good thing to test because, obviously we want to know what a real development workflow with a non-Chutes and Ladders app would look like.
yeah. So if you did this in like any chat GPT or whatever, it would just pick up on, so it would just insert what's above in the conversation. So if you did a manual thing, you would have to tell it, so I made this change. Now, yeah, I need something else. I don't know if ServiceNow does that automatically every time you ask it to fix something. That's just something.
Let's try to find somebody with a Glide Ajax. Um, let's see. I guess this one could be easy to test. Well, that's an on submit. On load would probably be more ideal because that would be easier to check. I wouldn't have to create a record to see the glide Ajax in work. Archive rule, ML solution. I don't know. Let's see what's on incident. Create child incident is one. I guess we can take a look at this one. Maybe we can give this one a shot. How does this one work?
Yeah.
Use to create child incident through the UI action present on child incidents related list. So it's creating a function. Glide Ajax incident utils. Okay, so if I go to the incident table, there should be something on the child incidents related list that I can use just to see what a Glide Ajax execution would look like.
Yeah.
Looks like I might need to add that related list. Maybe child?
Maybe it's a parent to child.
Oops.
Nope.
No. This is confusing. We'll just add child just to see. Why is this so hard? I just want to see what a Glide Ajax would look like.
Okay.
Students. Maybe it's this one. I'm not sure. We're going to test it and see. No. All right. New idea. Let's go where the script, oops, and I just want a valid Glide Ajax call. Here, let's get rid of this real quick. Okay, where's that Glide Ajax?
Table exists.
Okay, so what I'm going to try. This one shouldn't actually do anything, so I'm going to try to execute it directly in the console. Table exists. And I don't actually care about the response.
Undefined.
But there it is. Okay, so this is what we wanted. Dev, resources dev, service-now.com, xml http.do. And if we look
So
at this
our
one,
pictures are in front of the console, just so you know. We're not going to be able to see that.
say that again.
Our pictures are blocking the console.
Let's go full screen.
There.
Good call out. Thank you. All right. So on this one, it's calling the root URL and then XML HTTP.do as a post.
Because that's what didn't work last time, right? We got a 404 on that one.
Yeah. So it's actually hitting the right endpoint and it's hitting it with a post, but it's giving us a 404 not found.
Yeah, I guess the only difference is the referrer policy.
The referrer policy is different. See if there's anything else about them. No, wait, come back.
You did mention headers last time. Except,
Yeah.
and I guess I'm not sure if it's.
Yeah, so the request headers. Let's look at those request headers.
So accept
all.
Yeah. Content type looks the same.
Origin and refer. Origin and refer, okay. Windows, cores, Windows, cores, same origin. Okay, so the headers all look the same, more or less. So the main difference between the working one and the non-working one is the refer policy.
Right.
Which... All right, I mean, we are still getting a 404 not found HTTP error when clicking the, what was it, the new game button?
Yeah.
Create game. On the call to, what was the name of it? XML HTTP.do.
Yep.
We've tested with a known good glide Ajax call, and the only difference we see is that the refer policy on the working glide Ajax is well, the broken one is same origin.
Right. It's worth a shot, you know, in case it has something, has some effect.
Is there a character limit? Otherwise, you could feed in the messages, responses, headers in case. Ooh, that's good.
Well, once again, the scroll bar doesn't move sometimes. I noticed that happens a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
We're definitely shorthanded without a tool here to reminding me to do things.
I'll try to take his role.
Thank you. All right, so the issues we need to include ServiceNow's client-side libraries for Glide Ajax to work. Okay.
Maybe.
I'm going to revert back to the fetch approach. Okay, fine.
Yep. Yep. Go
Ignore
ahead.
me then. Do what you want.
I like how he doesn't approve of your position.
Build agent says, sit down and shut up, Travis. I got this. I do like this idea of like throwing more of the context in. And so one of the things that we were talking about with the PMs last week was they were talking about how in the grand vision for the future, they actually want the ability to take errors that are being logged and contextual information like that and feed it directly back into Build Agent so that it can automatically respond without needing your immediate intervention. But in the short term, this approach of taking that context from your network log and pulling it in could actually be really useful. So if this doesn't work, we might have to try that.
Yeah. You'll have to try to approve Tessa tool, I guess.
Ben, yeah. Hey, Ben, how's it going? Approve. The other thing that could be causing it that I'm thinking of is sometimes Glide Ajax with the scopes, with a scoped app, like if for whatever reason it can't route to the script include properly, that might throw a 404, but I don't recall. Fix the 404 issue. Nailed it.
Pretty, confident about that. So
I aspire to the level of confidence that Build Agent has. I really do. Glide Ajax doesn't work properly in UI page contexts due to security and referrer policy restrictions. Here's what I changed. Ajax processor.do added proper headers, maintained all error handling and logging. Okay, well,
I'm ready.
let's try it. Let me do my inspect element so that our network log remembers to pick it up. And create game.
No.
It hit it though. It hit it.
Okay.
That's an improvement.
Server error. Check service now logs.
Here,
Okay.
let's bump us back down there. All right, so we hit the Ajax processor. We got a 200 OK, so we got a response out of it. And we're back to this guy again.
Right. And I remember we got that last time as well.
Yeah, which was why we tried to push it to the Glide Ajax approach.
Yeah, I think that the fetch will get whatever it gets back. So if it doesn't work, it just takes the entire website with that URL returns with error messages and everything. Most likely, that's what you see there.
Content type is text HTML.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we requested application JSON.
Well, it didn't do what you told it to. You could be strict with it and tell them to, actually just fix Glide Ajax, which is probably the most correct way to do it. Tell them never to disobey you again. And
I'm wondering if instead of trying to force it through the Glide Ajax, what if we asked it to build a scripted REST API and
Sure.
called the script include through that?
yeah,
we're getting HTML returned. Instead, can you create a scripted REST API and switch our server client server approach to use that API instead. Now, for this to work properly, it has to create the scripted REST API, which I don't know if that's one of the things it's able to handle or not yet.
And the method.
So it has to create the scripted REST API. It would need to make updates to the script include to no longer use a glide Ajax approach. And then it would have to rewrite the fetch statements in the client script to wire up to the new API. Mm-hmm. Those, if I were writing it, those are the steps that I would take to rewire this. So we're going to give this a shot. And if this one doesn't work, then I'm going to try the service portal approach.
Yeah, sounds good. Create the server-side handler for the REST API.
Yeah, reply back with some sass in the response prompt. All right, create the scripted REST API definition. So this is promising. Update the game service to use the REST API instead of Ajax calls.
Try fetch against your REST API.
This is promising. It's doing what I would expect it to. Mm-hmm. It may have bypassed the script include, which if it wrote the scripted REST to not need it, then it'd be fine. Scroll down. Now let me build and deploy. So here's our scripted REST API. Move player. Hopefully what I'm doing doesn't mess with what it's doing. Shouldn't, because I'm not changing anything. Export function, move player. Yeah, so it's not using a script include here. It actually wrote out
directly in the scripted REST.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. For now, in the real life situation, we could just go in and copy that into a script include and do that if the build agent didn't want to do that.
Yeah, we absolutely could. I gotta say, like, one thing that I really do like about this, about the Fluent system, is the way that this is the full table metadata here. And you can see down here, like, the script it's using is the roll dice. And so I love that the metadata, what's essentially metadata, what's essentially the update set, if you will, actually has the function in it. Like, it's not stashed as a string. It's an actual function.
Right.
I really like this structure. I feel like a big boy developer now.
The game should now work flawlessly.
Flawlessly.
Still confident. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Network. 2 players. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. All
one,
right.
one more step. Okay.
All right. So that was
Hmm,
what. So
curious
that
what
was
it's going to look like. The game lobby. Okay.
okay. So I'm gonna choose. They don't have purple, so I'll go red. And then Anders. What color do you want, Anders?
Yeah, the drop down doesn't show on the screen share, so you just have to choose one of the other colors.
Oh, you got red, blue, and green. Red, blue, green, and yellow.
I'll do blue.
That's weird that the drop down doesn't show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Whoa,
oh,
doesn't
wow.
look too bad at all, but it doesn't show where the ladders go.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I'll accept it, if the game works.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so
Travis
here
is
we
there.
go. Oh my gosh.
All right,
Okay. Hold on. We
you have
gotta we gotta. What are the tables? All right, so we've got a game session. What's the name of that? All right. Let's go to this bad boy. Dismissal. Okay, so here's our game session record
yeah.
with 2 players. Game status is waiting for players. Oh wow, look at that. Waiting, game active, game completed. Session name. Okay, here's where we're gonna try something. Anders, you were talking about. We were talking earlier about syncing files back. Can I edit this view in Chutes and Ladders? I'm going to make a change outside of Fluent in IDE,
Cool.
and we'll see how it picks up on it in IDE. I think there's a sync that I have to do or something like that. But okay, so there's our players. It has the current board position, where we are on the board. It is interesting that it shows a sequential position. And I say it's interesting because in my mind, the board game is columns and rows. And in my mind, I probably would have initially architected as columns and rows, but because it's sequential, you don't actually have to track the columns and rows. You can actually do just the numbered sequence. You can track it as one field. So in this case, I actually like what Build Agent did better than what I was initially thinking. And if I remember correctly, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the original prompt because I think I suggested the column and row approach, and it may have disregarded me and done what it wanted.
Also, if we're going to do some fixes on the layout of the board, if we're going to try to have it draw the ladders and stuff, then also notice that it's doing a linear positioning from right to left, and then the next row it restarts on the right and goes left again. So it should go back and forth the way I remember it. Not sure if for now the game sort of works anyway. So I'm expecting it to bounce back and just resume on the other side. If we do a few dice rolls, we can find out.
Okay, so let's roll.
Oh, look!
How
I took a ladder.
That was wild. So is that what that was?
Yeah, you see the bottom right is a green slot, the first one.
Okay.
That should be a ladder going to number 38, I'm expecting. So somewhere in the code, there's some logic saying which
so that
spot has the ladders to where. And
that should be our board elements.
See if that is a static thing.
So it created a table of board elements listing those positions. So if we look at the ladders,
1 to 38, big ladder.
1 to 38. Yep. Wow.
That work? Let's see who wins.
All right. I got a 6 again. Okay.
It's the
So
game like if you roll a 6, you can roll again. We can tell a game to give a reroll if you get a 6.
okay. Oh,
Let's see.
look. Okay, so metadata changes
Oh, yeah.
detected. Do you want to sync?
Yes.
Oh. Sync anyway. We're not doing a git repo right now.
Very cool. So it's gonna update these files. I'm very pleased to see that actually.
Yeah, that was a cool little notification
I was
to
afraid
let me know.
it was gonna overwrite that as soon as we resumed using build agent, but now we know it just lets us know that something was changed and we can sync it in. That's perfect.
So I guess that would have been in here maybe? Where is it? Where did those changes go? UI pages, components. Oh, here it is, under generated.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. I think when you sync it, I think the generated ones end up in this generated folder, and then you can actually move these files to elsewhere in the project if so desired. If I remember from some of the walkthroughs with the project managers on this. Okay, so that is our sys related list. Game session. Okay. Cool. All right. So now that we've synced back, we wanted to turn around and tell it. If first, let's let it celebrate with us. When a player rolls a 6, they should get another turn. Let's hold that thought real quick because let's do a few more rolls to see if there's anything we pick up.
Yeah, the chutes work as well. Yeah. Ooh,
Nice.
you probably hit one of the ladders.
I think I hit 21.
Yeah.
Oh, you just got shooted.
Ooh. Yep. Good.
Yep. Good. Okay.
Good as it. Oh,
and so did I. All right. So let's.
And it's also positioning us not on top of each other when it's in the same spot too. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty savvy right there. Let's do new game, and it goes back. Okay. All right. So the other thing is there any way to visualize? No, let's not ask it. Needs to be a way to visualize the path of the chutes and ladders on the game board. All right, let's see what it does with this.
Yep. If we have time, I would love to see if we can have it sort of animate the movement. You know, like show that it's moving.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be a good one too. So once it does this build and processing, we'll go back and we'll check to see if our related list is still there or if it overwrote it.
Yeah.
Okay. I see winner logic in there. Update current turn. This is the future of why are you spending so much time in service now?
True.
So we're going to put this into a Git repository and publish it so that everybody can install it in their own instances.
So I have
You can set it as your 404 page.
I have a request for the developer advocates. How about you put up a page where we publish all the different games people make? You have like a game, some of these old websites that only had games, you know.
I like it. I like it.
And we could have a challenge on that and have people, you know, publish their games made with Build Agent.
I like that. We're bringing that conversation internally. We're gonna get something going on that one. That sounds fun.
And
Yeah,
you can
let me
have
update
prizes. The best game gets 10 extra prompts.
I actually know somebody that I could talk to about that too, and they might be able to sell that. I don't know.
Well, you know, anything that inspires. But I think that it would be fun for the community to go into one of those pages, just play around with whatever people made, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know I would make something stupid for that.
Hi, Christy.
Hey.
We got it working. That's what you missed. So one of the things that's been really interesting about this is it has changed kind of how I approach development. Because like sitting there trying to figure out at the end of the last time, I mentioned that it felt like the role was inverted. I felt like Build Agent was the architect and I was the junior developer staring at what it was doing and, you know, feeling kind of helpless. But this time around, I actually put my architect's hat on and I said, I think you're going about this wrong. I think instead of trying to attack this from Glide Ajax, maybe you should use scripted REST API instead,
Right.
and then let Build Agent do it. And so when I approached this as a developer, Build Agent treated me as a developer, and I felt like a junior developer next to it. But when I approached it as an architect, with my architect's hat on, we actually got a working result out of it, and I definitely felt a little more in control of the process as well.
Right. Yeah, I believe that telling Build Agent how to solve things sometimes and just allowing it to do the work for you. Like, you know how it's going to be done instead of he telling you how to do it. Well,
Yeah.
we got a new user interface.
It felt like version 2 just needed a little bit of a facelift. It needed some enhancement. Let's
Right.
see. Create new game.
Oh,
Oh, that's a downgrade. That's a downgrade.
yeah.
All right,
Wow.
that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna. Oh, that's a huge downgrade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. I really hope the dice isn't the pop-up box.
Oh my gosh. What happened? That was a huge. Yeah.
It is
Okay, so a couple things. One, from here, I think one option is that we can go back.
Unless it's per chat. But you could probably ask him to revert to the ones before these changes.
Yeah. I don't feel good about that. Yeah, I don't. All right. It's a significant downgrade.
Be strict. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Do not use. What is it?
Window pop-ups. Yes.
Is
What's it called?
it prompt? I think it's prompt.
Okay.
Yeah. To gather data. Use HTML-based forms only. The previous version of the new game form and add player form was far better instead. Revert. For some reason, that brings to mind reboot. Reboot! I don't know. Did you watch that show back in the day?
What show was that?
It was a show called Reboot. It's an old cartoon.
Not sure if I saw that.
It's like it was one of those kid gets sucked into a virtual reality world.
Yeah, no.
No, just me.
All that. Nobody.
All right.
No.
All right. Just my wife and I. That's probably why it didn't last very long. We were the only people watching it.
How would I know if you just made that up? Like, I can make stuff up. You're absolutely right. It's a terrible UX downgrade. Then why did you do it? I actually don't like the way the language model is trying to be as polite as possible, because I find it kind of condescending. Like, it does something wrong and you say, "Are you making a mistake?" Yeah, and it's trying to be super happy about it. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself, really. Apologize for something. I know you can tell it to behave in a specific way, because I try that a lot. Like the last time I tried the build agent, I told it to just stop being polite, and it just stopped. It just started being very just saying facts, It just didn't say thanks or great or good or whatever.
It's like it's trying to be empathetic, but it's just like it's just emulating what it thinks. It's not actually good at empathy.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember that a language model is a statistical model. It's guessing the next word, and it's been told to behave in a specific way.
I thought it was my friend.
From Claude or Sonnet model has some directions, and I know that ServiceNow also has some additional, I guess, instructions for these models.
That is
I tried
good
to hack
to know.
that, but no.
Be rude.
I'll find a way. Yeah, I tried to do that, for real, just to know, because, and that was they had a use case, because I didn't want to go to a customer and for some reason the model started being rude. So I tried to make the model be rude, and it just didn't do it. It didn't tell me it couldn't. It just didn't. But if I told it to be sarcastic, it 100% was sarcastic. That was cool.
That's funny. Oop, I have duplicate variable declaration.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was entirely possible not to do that in the first place, but I'm gonna be honest, it's not like I haven't done that before too, so.
Oh, it happens.
That's one thing that I always try to keep in mind when I see these build agents, whether it's ServiceNows or building code on Claude or something like that or Cursor. I always try to keep in mind that when it makes mistakes, I try to remember that I too make mistakes. I try not to be too judgmental of it.
Yep.
Let's see. It's getting there.
I usually tell colleagues I never make mistakes. I was hoping they will challenge that and try to find them, but most people are, they just, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, and they just never do it. But I want to people to improve and find mistakes. Look for your own mistakes and look for other people's mistakes because it'll teach you stuff, right? It's how you get good at something. So
Absolutely.
I hope to make mistakes all the time. I like to tell people fail fast because that's how you learn. But I guess a beginner or rookie mistake is to try to avoid them. But you'll get the mistakes anyways. So.
I remember one time somebody sent a screenshot of a script that I had written, and they were like, this name looks familiar. And the reason they sent it to me was because there was a comment on the function that said basically, I know this is bad. I know I shouldn't do it this way. I know it's a mistake, but it is 4:30 in the morning. I have a demo in 1 hour, and I have been up for 2 straight days. This is what we're going with.
Totally understandable.
All right, let's see.
Did listen.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
balancing title, I like that. Okay, so we're back to a working function.
okay, I'm good with this.
Yeah. Please work.
Looks like add player is broken. But we had a working model build agent.
Probably same as last time. I'm expecting it to try to update the table not through a scripted REST API.
Okay, so let me see, time-wise. All right, we have 3 options. We can persist and try to get this game working in the React model. Again, I can switch and try to speed run a service portal widget and see if build agent can pick up the service portal widget. Or we can follow my habit of not actually stopping at the top of the hour and do both.
Yeah, I'm curious about both options. I really want to see if this works as a service portal option because I would love to see if we can use this against service portals. That's one.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Let's-
whatever option you feel comfortable with.
I don't want to do it that
It'll
way.
teach us something in any case, right?
Oh,
will
yeah.
we be able to use this against service portal widgets?
So I'm going to go to the metadata
If that works,
explorer.
I'm gonna have a lot of videos in the next few weeks. I have some ideas. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to select the service portal widget. Application, continue. Let's see what it does.
Okay.
Christy says she knows the answer to that, but curious if I have the same experience. That doesn't sound promising, Christy.
Oh, so is she saying that she tried this already against service portal widgets?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Well,
All right,
Let's
so
try. Let's see if we have the same experience.
submit. So I'm just going to create a placeholder. I'm going to sync that change. And that should give me... There it is. Okay, so here's our file.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to collapse our output down a little bit. Is a Chutes and Ladders service portal widget. Implement the game board, the game interface in the
I really, really hope this works at all. Even if the game breaks, I hope this works.
Christy did not create the portal widget first, though, so
okay.
she's saying there's a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, if then we know the order of things we have to do to make this work.
Great idea. Great idea. It likes it. It likes it.
Let me first get knowledge about service portal widgets and then implement the game interface as a widget. I can see from the file listing there's already a service. Yeah, you told them.
Oh.
Check if there's an existing widget, and it found it. Looks like it. SP widget and a sysid. Service portal widgets use AngularJS, not React, like UI pages, so I'll need to adapt the interface accordingly.
There's some promise here.
Mm-hmm. Do you know if it's... I know that the widgets uses AngularJS. Would not recommend just telling bullet. Well, no. But I know it uses AngularJS, but do you know if there's a way to sort of like iframe in the React stuff?
So yes, well, you could iframe it in. If you wanted to do yes, you could iframe it in. It's also possible to basically mount a React app inside of a service portal widget. I don't know if a build agent would be able to do that because there's a few different steps you have to do, and it's not a common thing. Like, I just experimented with it to see if it could be done once upon a time. So it's one of those things that's technically possible. I have no idea if build agent would be able to reason its way through that, or if other code generating tools would be able to reason their way through it.
Well, going back to what you said about being the architect, maybe it can if you tell it how.
That's true. That's true. Oh my gosh.
Well, let me
it is doing a c.server.gets.
Oh, it's working. It's working hard.
Holy cow, look at that. See, this would make me feel a lot better because then I could open up my widget record and begin to tweak it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
That is a lot of code.
Let me build and deploy the application with Service Portal widget. Oh, I'm kind of excited about this. Like, I don't know if it's actually going to work first time through, but
of course Of course.
According to the build agent, it definitely worked.
Yeah.
But what I like about this approach is that I'm way more experienced with Service Portal than I am React.
Yeah,
That's not to
same.
say that I can't do the React. It's just that when time is of the essence, unless React is the new way that we're doing interfaces in ServiceNow, that's not something I want to like skill up on heavily until I know that this is, the future.
Yeah, I think there's been discussions for years if we're going to replace the portal or not, but as of now, it looks like that the answer is no. Right? We're stuck with Service Portal and AngularJS, or we can
Yep.
try to inject these React things into empty placeholder widgets and start to do that, I guess.
Yep. Now offer the same game experience.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, but we have to add it to a page. Oh wait, why? Why on earth would I go back there when I could just switch to ServiceNow Studio?
True.
We're putting this stuff through the paces now. We are putting this stuff through the paces, which is fun because this is what I wanted to test. This is all right. So Chutes and Ladders. We've got our widget down there. So now what I need to do is I need to add that to a page. So, and truth be told, I probably could have done this from IDE as well, but where's the fun in that? Mm-hmm. Oh, it pops up the same thing anyway, it looks like.
Application scope. Chutes and Ladders.
Okay. Let's call it S, or let's say S. Oh my goodness, there's them typos coming out. All right, so we're gonna create that SP page. Now, in the near future, Build Agent is going to be able to do Service Portal. They're already working on that and have confirmed it. So
that's cool.
Safe harbor and all that. All right. Submit. And then open in Designer. I want that to open in a tab on Studio so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it goes. Let's do a 12 row.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's been in that book since the beginning.
Okay, let's... Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Christy? No?
Okay. Try it. In SP. Okay.
We're in Service
Create new game.
We are in Service Portal.
We are in Service Portal. It's actually working better. Travis and Anders.
I'll do blue. Back to menu. Where's the start game?
Where's the start game? Okay. Back to IDE.
Yep. I guess
it should tell us to sync.
They forgot to have the create game or the start game button.
Reloads. Tells us to sync.
Mm-hmm. This is good.
This is so
We're
good.
too close.
There is, because I've heard some people talk about challenges that they have had with going back and forth between IDE and Studio or moving through things. But like I have not been experiencing that. Like this is a very fluid workflow going back and forth between them.
Even if people prefer to just manually do most of the work, they can now go back to the ServiceNow IDE and have the build agent do like boring front end stuff, or while you're working on whatever you want to work with.
Service Portal widget is missing the Start Game button on the player select, and the React version crashes when trying to add the first player. Go.
So close.
Fix both of them at the same time.
Yeah, but it's sharing code, right? So I'm guessing that for the most part it's sharing code.
Let's close that tab. SP widget, client script. I can't believe that. That is so daggone cool.
Can you see in the Service Portal code how it's including the game? It didn't reprogram everything.
So it looked like it completely re-implemented it. So I can see all of the functions. Here's the c.create game.
The front end as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically just mirroring the code to work as AngularJS.
Yep. It completely rewrote the HTML. There's no shared code base between them aside from the server. Both clients connect to the same server.
Submit create game. Oh, you have to do the tool scroll.
Man, I may not need Claude anymore.
Do you mind scrolling in the
yeah.
agent thing?
So let's see. We've got read the file, sees potential issues in both versions. Let me fix both. Approve.
There's a potential race condition when loading flares. Let me also add a missing condition check in the Service Portal widget. Let me fix both. Now let me build and deploy with the fixes. I can see potential issues in both implementations. Let me fix them. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is cool. Like not being able to create a new Service Portal widget is like that's a really small thing to just have to be like, I know I want a Service Portal widget, let me create the placeholder for it, and then tell Build Agent to finish the job. Like that's low-hanging fruit from my standpoint. And the fact that I can go back and forth between IDE and Studio, so if I need to make manual edits, I can then sync those back and then have Build Agent iterate off of that. Like that's...
Yeah, and that was one of my questions in the beginning. Now I have the answer. Really, really happy to now learn of that. And the scroll again. Now it's probably finished. Perfect. I've fixed both issues.
Okay.
Yeah, small changes.
All right. So let's reload this guy. Test. 2 players. Player. Enders.
Yeah, the button is not there, is it?
What are these down here? Okay, that's... Yeah, there's still no button there. All right, so on the flip side, did it fix this?
Maybe the button is there just, positioned wrong. So you don't see it. A layer on the Z-axis.
Neither one worked. I hate it because we had a working game board.
Yeah, we did.
Let's see.
But now we can look for it manually now. Right now,
Yeah.
It's Portal. See if you can find the start game or begin or whatever.
Let's pop open that service portal widget.
Game menu.
How did it get the CSS in there? Oh, it dropped it in there. I'm not fond of that. Like, I can live with that,
Well, it
but...
should work anyways.
I can live with that, but...
For now,
Yeah. All right. Server script is there. All right, so then we come in here. And is there a... All players added. Click start game to begin.
Yeah, okay. We have to look for an HTML button called start game, maybe. Because the function is there. Start game function.
There's the start game. Okay. So if I go up to the HTML...
button. If the length, that's probably where it bugs, the current session number of players.
C.players length, C.current session number of
You could
players.
just remove the if statement to see if it shows up at all.
Let's do it.
It's like a quick check.
And now we're back to being developers.
Yes. There's
the start game button. Add player, enders, start game.
Mm-hmm. Now we have some arrows up and down.
Oh, it gives us the numbers. It gives us the numbers.
Well, cool. Let's see who wins. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, we don't see the dice anymore, or if it's up top or something. Oh, it bugged. Do you mind putting up the console just to see if it has an error message? No,
wait, there it went.
Just took
that was a really long.
Yeah, you threw that dice far too long on the table.
We've got a dice cannon. It fires it. You have to run a mile to see what it is and bring it back.
Well, it works though.
It works. Like, this is something that we could reasonably begin to develop from.
That's probably a timer we can look at, the rolling timer. Unless it's trying to make a server call to update, and that takes a while.
Roll dice, math.floor, data.success is true, data.dice, dice roll.
It's doing a glide record directly. That's easier to bug fix.
Yeah, like I'm laying odds that if we threw, now this of course may break the whole thing.
Yeah. Because
It's still
the
taking a
current
while.
rolling just stopped working. We don't see the dice anymore.
Yeah, we don't see the dice anymore, which is a shame. Um, we do see the current turn, but like this is something that we could reasonably
Of course.
begin troubleshooting. This
Yes.
is far better than what we had after the first one. And this is far better to me than trying to work within a React app. Um,
Yeah, I agree. This is a very good start.
oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted server script.
I'm also assuming, I'm guessing that if you find the HTML part for the dice, it probably has an if statement as well, and it just there's something wrong in the if statement.
Yeah. So like for this one here, current session dot number of players. Like I imagine C dot players is probably fixed. So C dot players is an array. Response dot data dot
And that one
players.
didn't happen. All players added click start game to begin. So I think that either the length or the current session number of players never matches.
Yeah, it's yeah, so let's save this real quick, and then what we can do is reload. Oops. Test. Add player. Add player. Okay, so then what we could do is we could do inspect, and we could log that scope out and take a look at our here, let me inspect element on the buttons. We'll come over here, and then what I'm going to do is my $ dot element, or no, it was angular dot element. Man, been a hot minute. $0 dot scope dot C. Okay, so then we've got players. Players is an array of 2.
Yeah.
And what was the other one we were looking for?
Current session.
C dot current session. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it just up on the top there.
Is a string of 2. String compared to number, maybe? Well, no, because that should still... That should be true.
Number of players too, yeah. Current session, number of players. Unless, for some reason, it's undefined when you run it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, it should still have... Unless it didn't call a digest loop for some reason. It could have updated it, but not triggered a digest loop is like one option. Or not play. This one is start. Number of players, seat up. Oh, exactly equal to. It's exactly equal.
Yeah.
So now if we save that.
Then it's gonna compare the type to as well, right?
Yeah, on exactly equals, it's comparing the data type of each of them and the value. On the double equals, it's a fuzzy equals. So it'll do some degree of magical type conversion for you.
Right.
Now, if I was being more responsible, I would actually go in and do the type conversion on the value that we wanted it to be. So that's string 2, I do a multiply by 1 and actually manually type convert it so it was a number, because that's what we want it to be.
That can go into your to-do list, right? When you know what's wrong, you can always do that.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things I would just do manually and not bother the build agent with.
There we go. So that works now.
Yeah.
The roll dice is still slow. All right, I'm going to try one more thing. We're going to go back to IDE and build agent real quick, because what you said, Anders, made me, it popped something into mind, and now I have to try.
What did I say now?
Okay, you said that's something that we could to do. Now, one of the greatest superpowers in working with VS Code, which ServiceNow IDE is leaving yourself little to-do markers within your code so you can go back and find them later using search. So, we're going to sync.
Do you know the answer for this?
We're going to sync back. So Christy had to step away and come back. How much did we do in build agent? Like 99.9%.
Yeah.
Like we had to do some troubleshooting that build agent wasn't able to help us with. But once we figured out what was going wrong, we could point build agent to the fix. The main things that we did was we scaffolded the service portal widget. So we created a blank service portal widget and directed build agent to use that to build out what we wanted. And then like we made a couple of manual changes in the code. One of the conditions in the service portal was 3 equal signs instead of 2. So, but that was like it. Like build agent handled just about everything else.
We did some, looking for the bugs in Service Portal because we're confident with Service Portal code more than we are with React. And that way, it's easier for us to talk to Build Agent later and tell Build Agent this is wrong, or this you have to fix this and that. So I think that's a good workflow. I had a to-do comment regarding number 3. Okay.
Type convert to a number. Do not make the change yourself. I don't want your help on this build agent. Just add the comment. We're trying to test something, man.
Yep. Great idea. Or something.
You're absolutely right. Comments are important. Yeah, Christy, I am strongly suspecting that some of the other record types that Fluent supports, but Build Agent quote unquote doesn't, I'm strongly suspecting Build Agent supports it better than we might think. It might just take some scaffolding. Creating the template of that record and then telling Build Agent which record or which file you want it to work on. Um, like I strongly suspect that there are other things that we could tie it to. Like I do wonder if I created a flow in Flow Designer, could I have build agent then tweak that flow? That one might be a little bit more of a stretch because I don't know how much existing stuff there is out there on Flow Designer for build agent to work off of.
Yeah, I wouldn't have tried it with flows just yet, to be honest.
I doubt that one would work as well, but for ones like service portal widgets,
It's changing your code.
I don't want it to. Oh no!
It didn't change your code. It just
Oh my heavens! It added the to do comment.
well, it changed. Technically, it changed your code.
I'm okay with it changing the code. Okay. Finish download. Okay, so now when I search. Oh, that's good. That's so good. See, this is one of the things that has had me really excited at the prospect of trying IDE. I love working in VS Code. There's a ServiceNow plugin for VS Code that allows you to basically pull in the metadata in a way that's similar to this. Not exactly. It allows you to pull in the scripts, but not the higher level metadata. Not the rest of the record. But being able to edit the scripts alone was a really powerful feature for me, and I absolutely loved it. Being able to toss these to-dos in there and go back and easily find them again is a really intuitive process for me. And I know that like old Studio and new Studio, like they have the code search, but I've never felt like they were as snappy and responsive as what you get in VS Code when you're working with that file system overlay. This is great. Like this is what I was hoping for. This is what I wanted. And I think what's even better is that like it went and found all the places it could think of to make those changes. And I think that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Oh, man.
When it comes to the functionality of the game, I guess the dice throw is what's not working at the moment. And then we expect the rest to work, sort of.
Yep. And I mean, it would be interesting to see, to go in behind the scenes and find out what about the dice roll wasn't working, whether it was whether it was similar to our other conditions where it's actually there, it's just not showing, or if it didn't exist at all. I'd be curious to see what the differences are there.
Remember, it did work in the service portal. It did move both of our pieces, but it took a long time. It
was slow.
Timer somewhere.
Yeah, it was very slow, but I mean, we have the core of something that we could then troubleshoot and work on, and this is 2.5 hours worth of work, which is just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's insane. I'll be honest. After the first session, one of the reasons I was looking forward to this whole, and let me kind of switch up to our, one of the reasons I was excited about this little 1-shot/2-shot trial run was I'm getting ready to kick off a new internal tool that we're going to develop. And I haven't used IDE extensively enough to know if it would be a good starting point. Like, could I reasonably build this app with IDE and not like box myself into just IDE?
Right.
Because I mean, of course, like we have a lot of content out there that says, yeah, you can totally do it and everything, but also like I recognize that sometimes the marketing and the reality don't align perfectly. And sometimes you have to actually get in there with your hands, get your hands dirty, and figure it out for yourself to see how well that tool aligns to your needs. After our first attempt with IDE, I was really shaken. Like I was really nervous about actually using this in the next project. I think today has erased all my concerns. Like going back and forth between IDE, the admin interface, studio, service portal designer, all of that's seamless. Like the handoff is really good.
We didn't have any issues correcting code, having the IDEs resync that into everything. It just worked seamlessly. I'm actually pretty impressed that worked. And that was my first question today. I'm so happy that I got to see that working.
Yeah.
I had my suspicions it wouldn't, but I stand corrected.
There were a lot of things that, from different folks on LinkedIn and such, and some of the comments they made, I was kind of nervous about it going into it the first time, and my first time did reinforce some of those fears. But like today erased that. Like being able to scaffold a service portal widget and then have Build Agent take it over. Like I love that our official marketing position is that Build Agent can't do service portal widgets, and we were just like, we'll see about that today. And that's one of the things that I think has been so cool about Build Agent AI in general, is that there's a certain degree of it can't do it the way I was anticipating it to work, but with a little bit of creative thinking, you actually find out that it's more than capable of it. It had a hurdle it had to get over to be able to do it. You had to convince it that it could. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you have any final thoughts on this, Anders?
I'm just very inspired at the moment. So I have all these ideas in my head of what I want to try to make with the Build Agent now. And first of all, I think I'll go light just to learn it by making games, something that's not really useful for a ServiceNow customer. But eventually, while doing these playful things that makes me want to, try out everything, then I'll learn the traits and the tricks that can be put into a customer situation, I think. So yeah, I have so many games I want to make, and that's why I'm really asking you, take that idea of the game site, allow us developers to fill that up with stupid games. That's what I want.
We definitely need to get something like that going. We definitely need to get some kind of like, even if it's just like a Git repo or something. We got to get something going where people. I like the idea of having a site though where people can actually push it and actually play those games though.
Yeah, I'm an old Flash developer. Do you remember Flash? Are you that old like me?
Yes,
yeah,
I am.
I used to make Flash games, and you used to have these websites where you just saw like thumbnails across the whole site, like hundreds of them, and you clicked one of them, and it was a Flash game, and you could just spend the whole day playing these games. That's what I want.
Yep. I'm old enough for Trogdor the Burninator, Badger Mushroom. Yeah.
There we go.
So, yeah, I do like the idea of having something along those lines. We're going to have to figure out a way to make that a thing. Even maybe it's just like a submission portal where you can submit. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's a thing we got to do. But that is all the time that we have for today. We went 30 minutes over. Like this is
why not?
This is on brand for live coding afternoon tea. We stop when we want. Anders, thank you so much for joining me again today. This has been an absolute blast working with you the last two sessions on this. So thank you so much for joining.
My pleasure.
And next time, we are going to be beginning a new project. I'm going to be going back to the more productive side of things. And I do think we're going to be using Build Agent and IDE to kick this thing off. But we're going to be working on a little tool internally we refer to as Artifact Manager, which is actually a really it's a really important tool for our team for managing all of the content that we put out and trying to pull metrics in from a bunch of different systems so we can see as a marketing team what's working, what's not, what of our stuff, what's resonating with you guys. And right now, believe it or not, we have to jump across a bunch of different tools to figure that out. So we're going to try and consolidate some of that into a single system. And we're going to start that next time. So once again, thank you again, Anders. And thank you all for joining. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks.
Thank you.